CLV, are you there to remove the RDA banner from the presentation video?
Hey, I'd like to welcome you all today to the Parks and Recreation Advisory Commission agenda. We just started just a couple minutes late because we were trying to change the banner on the screen, but we're going to go ahead and work through that while we go do the meeting so that we can stay on time. So today, items listed on the agenda may be taken out of order, presented. 2 or more agenda items for consideration may be combined, and any item on the agenda may be removed or related discussion may be delayed at any time. Backup material for this agenda may be obtained from Luann D. Holmes, City Clerk, at the Office of City Clerk, 495 South Main Street, 2nd floor, on the city's webpage at lasvegasnevada.gov. Right now, I'd go ahead and like to look at agenda item number 1, our call to order and roll call.
Chair Becker?
Here.
Vice Chair Niger?
Here.
Commissioner Sherman? Excused. Commissioner McCurdy? Excused. Commissioner Armenian?
Here.
Commissioner Gebray? Excused. Commissioner Breer?
Here.
Commissioner Aslan?
Here.
Commissioner Howard? Excused. Commissioner Keller? Excused. Commissioner Johnson?
Here.
Commissioner Martin?
Here.
Commissioner Zamora?
Here.
Commissioner Burgos?
Here.
Commissioner Cornwell?
Here.
Thank you, Chair. You have a quorum.
Great, thank you so much. And are we in compliance with the open meeting law?
Yes, we are, Chair.
Great. At this time, I'd like to look at agenda item number 3, public comment. A comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters on the agenda for action. If you wish to be heard, come forward and give your name for the record. The amount of discussion as well as the amount of time any single speaker is allowed may be limited. Seeing no one other than Director Ward, please come forward.
Thank you. Steve Ford, Director of Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Affairs. I am electing to take a few minutes of this during the public comment period as I have a meeting I need to be to at 5 o'clock to discuss the Betty Wilson Soccer Complex project as a community meeting over at Cimarron Memorial High School. But I did want to say, if you had not yet heard, as of tomorrow, I will be ratified as a deputy city manager. And with that, I will be still overseeing Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Affairs, but within the next couple of weeks, we will be recruiting for a new director position. We have a deputy director who has accepted the position. He is named Patrick O'Mara. He's from Tennessee, but originally from Reno, Washoe County area, and is excited to get back, and we're excited to have him. He'll be starting in October. But until that point, Miss Maggie Plaster will be the acting director over the department, who's here today with us, if you don't know Maggie. It has been an honor and a very, very good learning experience to work in this position and to work with you all to get your experience and your wisdom and comments on our parks facilities. I've enjoyed working with you. As I tell people, I'm still going to be involved with the parks projects, with the recreational side, the cultural side in my new role. And I just wanted to thank you and wish you all the best as you move forward in your respective roles. So thank you very much.
Congratulations. Also, Director Ford, I'd like to say thank you, because you've done a fantastic job, and I'm surprised, I'm delighted, and also sad to see that you're going to be moving on, but I'm glad to know that you're going to be taking on a larger role within the city. You've done an excellent job here, and I love that you've had the door open the entire time. I don't know if any other commissioners wanted to say something at the moment, but that's my feelings, and thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right, item For agenda item number 4, for possible action to improve the final minutes by reference of regular meeting of August 1st, 2023. I think you've all read the meetings. Do I have a motion to approve?
Commissioner Martin, motion to approve.
Okay, there's a motion to approve the meeting minutes as they were supplied to everybody. With that, I'd like to call for a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Great, motion carries. Agenda item number 5, report by the Department of Public Safety regarding issues at city facilities and parks, all wards. Deputy City Marshal, good to see you today, Lieutenant.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. John Guillen, Department of Public Safety. I'll be presenting the August report to you. We'll start on the second page. All right, I'd like to bring your attention to the top right. We'll start with Ward 1. I'm going to go all the way across. For August, we had 41 arrests and citations and 28 arrests and citations for the same time last year. And all the way to the right, we had 101 total calls for service for Ward 1. And then next, I'd like to bring you to our top 3 parks for that ward: Rotary Park, Gary Dexter Park, and Bob Baskin Park. A variety of charges there to include park violation, warrants, and possession of stolen vehicle at Bob Baskin Park. Next, I'd like to bring your attention to Ward 2. And we had 7 arrests and citations in the month, 5 last year, and we had a total of 35 calls for service in that ward. The 2 parks that we had activity in was Angel Park and All-American Park. We included lewd behavior and park violation. Next, I'll go to Ward 3. We had 92 calls for service, 92 arrests and citations for that ward, a total of 97 last year, a total of 239 calls for service for that ward. Top 3 parks were Justice Leavitt Family Park, East Las Vegas Family Park, and Stupak Park. Same variety of violations include park violations and warrants. I'd like to bring your attention to Ward 4. We had 1 call for service, none last year at this time, and we had 64 calls for service for the whole month. And that included Cliff Shadows Park. We had a park violation there. The next ward will be Ward 5. We had 39 calls, arrests and citations for the month, 53 arrests and citations this time last year, and we had a total of 159 calls for service for Ward 5. Top 3 parks were Ethel Pearson Park, Lorenzi Park, and Kianga-Soka Park. And those violations include park violations and warrants. And finally, come to Ward 6, we had no arrests or citations. We had 2 last year at this time. Total of 64 calls for service. And we had a grand total of 662 calls for service across all 6 wards. Move on to the next page, our trailer cameras. We have them right now deployed at Majestic Park in response to increase in graffiti damage. And right now we have the second camera at Station 44 just outside Kellogg's Air Park. Final page has a couple of our community-oriented policing events we participated in. August 5th, we were at East Las Vegas Community Center for a back-to-school drive. And then on August 5th, we were at Becker Tech Center for the back-to-school event there. That concludes my report. Happy to answer any questions.
That was an excellent report. Any commissioner? Yes, please.
This is Commissioner Burgos, Ward 6. I have a question as regards when you get a call for a mental distress or someone that's been reported that are possible going to injure themselves, how is that handled? I know there was an incident at Tully Springs Park.
I'm sorry, I missed the question.
How are calls when if someone is reported to be possible harming themselves or mental distress near a park? Like it happened at Woodland or Tully Springs this
John Keane, Department of Public Safety. Yes, we typically get a call dispatched to us, and we dispatch the closest, usually 2 units, but 1 definitely. If someone is actively harming themselves and we have that confirmation, we will run it to expedite to try to, to calm the situation. From there, we do have several amount of our officers are trained in CIT, which is Crisis Intervention Team. That's through Metro, and that's a 40-hour block of training that has to deal with mental illnesses of all types. So we're trying to get 100% of our officers through that training so that we will encounter those at all times during our career. So that's one of the backgrounds we have on that. So when we arrive there, we try to contain the scene, try to keep a good perimeter so that anybody doesn't get involved that doesn't need to. And then from there, we try to open dialogue and see if there's something we can do to help. We also have, we also alert medical, so if they could be staged somewhere, and it's usually a specialized team that can be dispatched there. So that helps with kind of breaking down that time that we can get help to somebody. And then usually someone will either, if they do have some illnesses that do require hospitalization, they can either self-admit themselves, or we can go to the legal 2000 route, which is if they're a threat to themselves or others immediately.
Do you know if there's any kind of protocol for the actual park staff? I was at the event, and unfortunately, when we reported it and several of us were looking for this individual, they did a couple of driving around the park, but no one went inside as far as the area right next to it, the desert area. That's part of the park, the bicycle area. So I was just concerned if there's a certain protocol that's for the park staff itself before, police officers are called.
John Guillen, Department of Public Safety. I'm not sure what level of training that they're provided with, but they're usually, we stress to them at all times that they should call our dispatch, which a lot of them know by heart, but I'm not sure of their protocol.
Yeah, Deputy Marshal, if I could offer a suggestion. So for commissioners, anytime that I've seen a problem that would involve law enforcement, then I go ahead and place the call, and then I just bring it to the attention of park staff and let them know that I had made a call and the reason why. And that way the appropriate people can come out and support those that in need. And if staff has a comment on that to offer any clarity, other than that, then I'll accept it. But, did you, Steve?
Steve Black, manager of Parks and Grounds Maintenance. My staff is directed basically to reach out to the marshal.
Mike.
Oh, there you go. Steve Glemp, manager of Parks and Grounds Maintenance. My staff is directed to reach out directly to DPS and the marshals if a situation like that arises. So.
Commissioner Cornwell, Mayor-elect. I was wondering, is there a way that we can keep track of how many times you guys are called to the Las Vegas Healing Garden to just lock the gates? Because I know we're paying a company now to go in and lock those gates. And I know I've made at least 6 calls last month to have, after 11 o'clock, to have those gates locked. So is there a way that we can start keeping track of that so we can hold this company accountable to where they have to go and lock those gates every night at the appropriate time?
John Guillen, Department of Public Safety, absolutely, yeah, we can do that. We do receive reports from them, and we can audit those reports to make sure that they're being locked at the appropriate time.
Okay, thank you.
Great. I see no other commissioners with questions at this time, but thank you so much for the presentation. You always do an excellent job, and I guess we'll see you next month.
Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to agenda number 6, which is a report by Steve Glimp, Parks Maintenance Manager, regarding Parks Maintenance updates, all wards.
Good afternoon, Steve Glemp, Manager of Parks and Grounds Maintenance. I just got a little project update for you. Some of the projects we've completed recently: Ward 1, we built a new batting cage at Doc Romeo. Ward 2 at Onson Park, we reconstructed the park statue base. It was getting vandalized pretty frequently. It was a concrete base with tile construction. The tile was getting ripped off what seemed like once a week. So we recreated the base out of just solid concrete, but looks basically the same. J.C. Levitt, we just completed new pickleball courts there. Majestic Park, we have some ongoing ball field improvements there that I have some photos of to show you. Lorenzi Park, we have our new well in place, which I mentioned last meeting. And then at Floyd Lamb Park, we have a new shade structure at the pump track. So here we go, some photos. This is Doc Romeo's batting cage. This is the construction of the new base for the statue. Pickleball courts at Levitt. These are some of the ball field improvements that we're doing at Majestic. Top left is a new batting cage. Top right is expanded bleacher seating and new shade over that. And then bottom left, you'll see that we removed the chain link backstop and put in some netting just for better visibility. And we also, bottom right, reconstructed the bullpens to make them a little more maintenance friendly and user friendly with artificial turf. This is the new well at Lorenzi. The shade at the pump track at Floyd Lamb. And then, of course, over the weekend we had a fair bit of storm damage out in our parks. I just have some photos of like the top 4 most damaged parks. Kellogg's Air seemed to be hit the worst. Probably has a lot to do with the graduated slope of the park and the drainage there. Centennial Hills got hit pretty bad. That picture on the right is the volleyball courts, and it's just filled with DG, that sand area. And then Sunny Springs, the regular culprit, every time we have a storm, it gets flooded. It's obviously down in the bottom of a retention basin. And then Mayfair Park got hit pretty hard. I'm sorry I don't have better photos, but the neighborhood just basically drains through the park from 15th Street to 16th Street. That's all I got.
Great, thank you. Commissioners, do we have questions about the update today? Sure. Yes, please, Vice Chair.
Thank you, Steve Nyert. Hey, do you guys have contingency line items in your budget for cases like this? Is there insurance? How do you guys take care of these repairs? I'd imagine that's going to be a pretty big bill, huh?
Mostly we do it with in-house staff. We have equipment operators that can move materials, and we might call a crew out on overtime, which is what we did this weekend on Sunday and Monday. We built a kind of a storm response crew and just had them go out with skid steers, a few maintenance workers, an equipment operator, and a crew leader, and just go worst case to next worst case and just start cleaning it up. Yeah.
Anyone else today? No? Great. Thank you, Mr. Klemp. It's always a great report. Next on today's agenda, we have a report by Joyce Barrow Henderson, Recreation Supervisor, regarding the update on the Summer Camp 2023 awards.
Commissioners, Joyce Barrow Henderson from the City of Las Vegas Parks and Recreation Department. I'm a little nervous, so I'm going to wiggle out of this, trust me, in the next couple of minutes. I'm so excited to present to you today on our summer camp program. I am a product of this program and have enjoyed it since I was about 15 years old, starting as a summer camp counselor at the Doolittle Community Center. So every year we do a theme. It's just a way to connect us all together, so when you walk into our centers, you have some idea. If you had an opportunity to walk into one of your centers, this year's theme was Storybook Summer. So Marabelli transformed into Willie Walker's Chocolate Factory. Veterans Memorial was Narnia, and they do a phenomenal job because they understand the importance of what we do. And so often, we have to gently correct our parents when we say, this is not childcare, this is recreation. This is truly an experience that changes lives. Oh my goodness. You guys, I'm struggling already. Here we go. So most of you guys are very familiar with recreation, and one of the things that we battle in day camp is that it's not a traditional residential camp. So the kids don't leave their parents and have this sleepaway camp experience. But trust me, first day of camp, we have tons of kids who are hanging on to their parents' hip and crying and don't want to leave. But by the last day of camp, they're also holding on to their summer camp counselors, crying because they don't want to leave us. Traditional day camps struggle because we have to recreate that experience. I want to assure you that the staff in Parks and Recreation, they rose to the challenge, and they continually do. So this year we offered Tot Camp, ages 3 to 5, Kids Camp, 5 to 11, our Teen Adventure Camp, ages 11 to 15, and our CIT Camp. I'd like to just point out our CIT camp and our teen camp tend to get overlooked because a lot of times parents are like, oh, they can handle it at home. No, they cannot. This age group is the most dangerous by themselves. Our Teen Adventure Camp exposes kids to a variety of opportunities that we have in the Valley. When we send our teen kids back to school, they are more confident because of the experiences that they were able to experience with us. Our counselors in training, again, I was 15. This is near and dear to my heart. These individuals actually have to fill out an application. They have to do their time cards. They have to come in and interview. So it's no easy task to jump on board. What we did this summer, we had over 1,662 campers this summer. We increased our enrollment by 15% from 2022. We had over 140 life-changing field trip experiences. 1 or 2 included scuba diving and helicopter rides, just saying. We fed over 260 campers per week. That was over 13,000 meals over 11 weeks. We employed over 120 summer camp counselors. 23 full-time staff worked alongside them, and we created magic this summer. One of the things I love is the experience that our counselors are given, because we can tell you, we have stories, and our department has been receiving parent letters of what a phenomenal experience it was for their kiddos, but so often we forget about the impact of staff. I would like to play a little video for you to just see, and I actually stole it off of TikTok, so, uh-oh. Can somebody? I don't know how to do it, guys. Sorry, let me go back. There you go. Oh. There we go. So as you can see, these young ladies are, needless to say, lifelong friends. They began the program themselves, being campers. 3 of them have all gone off to college together, and also those same 3 have decided to change their majors so that they can go into child development education, and recreation. I think that speaks volumes for what we do. What we do changes lives. One of the other really neat things that we got a chance to do, and I'm pretty sure some of you guys know about it, is our Camp Kindness. We love this program because we did see a measurable amount of change in kids' behaviors. So often, kids get one word like bullying, and then everything is bullying, right? The same way that we were trying to talk to them about kindness, but they did not understand what it really means to be kind and what a vast concept that is. We also saw a lot of kids who were just struggling from COVID, didn't have the social skills, so they were coming in and their communication was just so rough. By breaking down what it really means to be kind, you saw, again, lives change. We saw actionable steps from kids as little as 3 years old that they were taking each week and learning what the attributes are and what it really means to be kind. We have a pledge, a copy of our pledge, and the bands that were given out this summer for kids who achieved the maximum amount or became campers of the week or just exhibited those attributes. Maggie, will you help me? Sure. Yes. So each one of the kids at the beginning of summer, we take the kindness pledge. It's a pretty powerful pledge, and again, we believe it works because we've seen it with our own eyes. We believe that kindness is a verb, and to see kids show that every single day, day in and day out, after being at the pool all day or outside in 115-degree heat is an awesome sight. So along with Camp Kindness comes tons of challenges. Our kids had to do lip sync contests, and our staff joined in. They decorated their centers, like I told you earlier. And we had a really good time at both of our special events, the All Camp Challenge and the All Steam Ahead event, where all of the camps come together and connect and celebrate with one another. So we just have a little short last video of kind of what our summer looked like. We fell in love.
Feel like sun on my skin. This is love. I know it is. I know it sounds super cliche, but you make me feel some type of way. This is falling, falling in love. I got a lot on my mind, got some more on my plate. My baby got me looking forward to the end of the day. What you say? You and me, just forget about the past, throw it in the trash. What you say? You and me, live the life we never had, like we're never going back. Feel like sun on my skin. This is love. I know it is. I know it sounds super cliche, but you make me feel some type of way. This is falling, falling in love. I know it sounds super cliche, but you make me feel some type of way. This is falling, falling in love. Yeah.
So on behalf of myself and all of the summer camp crew, we just thank you so much for allowing us to provide a lifelong experience and memories for these kids. They fell in love, and we sure did too. If you have any questions, I'm open to
That's
them.
great. Commissioners, do we have some questions? Go ahead.
Not a question, Commissioner Burgos, but Oh, it is? Oh, sorry. See, look it, we all have challenges. No, I just wanted to say thank you. What an incredible program. You did a phenomenal job presenting it too, so don't sell yourself short, because you could tell the true passion you have just by the way you spoke so eloquently, and we could tell you've really cared. So thank you so much for all of your work and your team's work, and I think that's what an amazing experience. I wish I could go to camp again. Gosh dang it.
Those hovercrafts were very cool.
Well, that was amazing. So, but I do have a question in regards to inclusion. So children with disabilities, is there a spot, can they attend this, or is there a separate camp, or how does that work?
Absolutely. So both. We have our adaptive recreation provides an amazing camp. Their ratios are a little bit smaller, but in every last one of our recreation centers and camps, we had children who had disabilities, and our staff is trained in CPI, a little bit different than what the marshals are trained in, and behavior modification. And inclusion is the key to magic. So that's one of the things that our kids leave so much stronger, because their parents can't write me a check for being a good person, and they get that opportunity by everyone being involved.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Yes, go ahead.
Commissioner Martin, excuse me, another question.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Don't run away yet.
Present.
Okay. Well, first, it was a great program. Appreciate your work and the other people's work in doing it. I have one question. The armbands, I'm curious why you chose to use the word equity instead of equality on the armbands.
So we wanted to give the kids, again, we change these up ever so often. We wanted to give them words that they had not had. We did that the previous year, and we kind of cheated a little bit in that it, tweaked the meaning just a little bit, so that, again, the kids are getting new words all the time, because the meaning of kindness is so vast.
Okay, and the kids understand the difference between equality and equity?
Yes. So each week has a full curriculum, and there's also videos that are put into it. We use Love in the Big Wide World. We also use the Camp Kindness through curriculum through ACA, and then some of the stuff that we create ourselves.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Go ahead, Commissioner.
Hi, Commissioner Cornwell. A couple questions. How do you get the program out into the public so people know about it?
So we do a ton of marketing. This year, I want to say all but 3 of our centers were at max capacity, and I have the Cimarron Rose staff right here. They stated about 64 kids on their waiting list. We don't have any more room. So besides our regular push, there's just so much bang for their buck in what we're offering and how we're putting it together versus the private sector. We fill up pretty fast. We used to have lines wrapped around the door, but we figured that out, and online registration kind of helped that. But we push out and make sure that our parents, our returning parents, know well in advance that we're going to open up our registration. But like I said, we get full pretty quick.
And one more question. Is there a way that maybe you could take kids from this last summer's group and do some kind of skits or something that you could take into the schools, not only to get the word out, but to also project the change in the students that have taken this summer program?
I would love to.
So I think that, the way to fix our country, I believe, is through compassion and kindness and love in our children.
Agreed.
And, so I would like to see this program just blow up. So if there's anything I can do to help you, just contact me and I'll be happy to help you.
We would love it. I know Maggie's excited. She's going to have like 5 emails from me before she makes it back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job.
Great, and this is Chair Becker. I just want to commend you coming up forward today. You were a little bit nervous, but now you're relaxed. See, it works out. So you did a great job. I really appreciate the diversity that the programs have, meaning the diversity of the activities that the kids are exposed to. My son actually was for a different municipality. It was for the city of Henderson, but he was a CIT student. Like he helped run camps, and then eventually he was staff one year before he went to college. So I know the impact it has for the older kids as much as the younger kids, and learning responsibility and individual growth is just kind of amazing. So again, I commend you and all the effort that you had, and the fact that you came out of the program is just icing on the cake. So thanks so much for coming today.
Thank you. Who better to know what a summer camp counselor looks like than somebody who's been in the program and practiced?
Yeah. So thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Great. Chair Becker, and I'd like to go ahead and let's move to the next item on the list, which is item number 8. It's a report by Corey Goebel, Senior Cultural Specialist, regarding an update on the Cultural Festival's All Awards.
Hello.
Welcome.
Good evening. My name is Corey Goebel. I'm a Senior Cultural Specialist for the Department of Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Affairs. I'm very excited to tell you a little bit about what we have lined up with regards to our festivals this year. So this is our mission statement. The mission of the Office of Cultural Affairs is to create a more livable, safe, and vibrant community by delivering performing and visual arts experiences, education, and services to residents and visitors, as well as providing the highest quality professional development opportunities to artists and creative professionals in the city of Las Vegas. So while I will be talking about our festivals, just keep in mind it's just one of the components, and our mission statement returns to that as well. So before we get into the festivals, we do have our kind of big slate of programming. We have guest artist series and festivals. We also are the home of the Rainbow Company Youth Theater, and we also have our Showmobile, which we utilize for our Concerts in the Park program. All right, so these are our festivals at a glance. We've got the Las Vegas Book Festival, Dia de los Muertos Festival, Tamale and Mariachi Festival, the Las Vegas Bluegrass Festival, the Rau Rau Earth Day Celebration, the Caribbean Heritage Festival, Symphony Park Arts Festival, and the Django Vegas Jazz Festival. Quite a diverse lineup. And the first is going to be our Las Vegas Book Festival. So this is upcoming. It's one of our biggest events of the year. Saturday, October 21st, 10 to 6 p.m. We take over basically the whole campus of our historic 5th Street School, including the parking lot. We've got some more photos here. It's the largest literary event of the year in Nevada. There are keynote speakers, celebrity authors, and other writers across all genres, ages, and cultural backgrounds, and they share their work and creative process. The festival attendees will enjoy book signings, readings, workshops, vendor exhibits, and other special programs. Local food trucks will sell refreshments. And we also have a school visit program for our authors that we invite to come into town. So there's 15 or more authors visiting Reinvent schools and CCSD schools across the valley in the week leading up to the event. And the children's side of the Las Vegas Book Festival features our storybook walk, live music, crafts, performances, special bilingual entertainment, bookmaking, and presentations from renowned authors and illustrators of children's books. And we get about 3,500 plus this year. Last year on that weekend was notoriously stormy and windy, so we're hoping to up those numbers just a little bit this year. Next, we have our Dia de los Muertos Festival. This is going to be, every year it is on November 2nd, so we follow that whenever it happens to be throughout the week. So this year it is Thursday, November 2nd. It's a 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. event at the Sammy Davis Jr. Festival Plaza at Lorenzi Park. This is one of our altars that we ask our community organizations to come in and create an ofrenda, which I think that would, yeah. So the festival is in its 6th year, and it is a vibrant homage to life. It's a true community event and one of the most charming and colorful holidays celebrated by Mexican and Latin American cultures. And we do get quite a few people that come through that. We're almost outgrowing our space here, so we're hoping to have about 3,500 people at that event. We also, like I said, we have community vendors and community organizations that come and set up our ofrendas, and they'll have special entertainment by local and guest artists, interactive children's activities, artists and vendors, food, face painting, special decor, and an exhibition of altars created by community organizations and groups. All right, and then following shortly after that, we go back to the 5th Street School on Saturday, December 2nd from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. for our Tamale and Mariachi Festival. This features quite a lot of food, which is really, really delicious. It's one of our favorite events for our staff. They look forward to it every year. And it's kind of our kickoff to the holiday season. It's a vibrant celebration of music and fun and food, and it's fun for the whole family. They include world-renowned mariachi artists and local school folklorico and mariachi programs. So with the Dia de los Muertos and the Tamale and Mariachi Festival, we reach out to several school groups with established and up-and-coming either mariachi or folklorico programs, and we invite them to participate as well. So it gives them an opportunity to perform on stage. It will include a day full of delicious tamales, Mexican antojitos, and mariachi music, folklorico dance, and arts and craft vendors. And we get quite a few people down at the 5th Street School for this one as well. So we're looking at about 4,100 or more this year. All right, and this is a great picture from this last year's Las Vegas Bluegrass Festival. I believe that is the Cody Norris show you're looking at here. This happens in April. This year it'll be Saturday, April 13th, 2024, 11 to 7 at Centennial. Oh, that's actually should be Centennial Hills Park. The amphitheater, we're actually in the south part of the park there. All are welcome to attend this free festival event featuring the best bluegrass and Americana groups you'll find anywhere. And we also have a wide array of folk art, jewelry, and other items in the artisan marketplace. Some really lively photos from that event this last year. Tasty barbecue beer and other festival food, many children's activities, and we have a pretty large area that we inhabit there, and we are expecting about 5,000 this year. All right, so Row Row Earth Day. So this is a new event this year. The Row Row Art Collective is active in the downtown area, and we've partnered with them on several events. And this one's going to be for Earth Day. It's presented in partnership with the Row Row Collective. The annual Earth Day celebration will take place at the Sammy Davis Jr. Festival Plaza this year. These photos are actually from the downtown 3rd Street Promenade space, which has been a fantastic space for us. It's a great problem to have that we sort of outgrew it this year, and so we're relocating it to the Sammy Davis Jr. Festival Plaza. They'll have musical performances, DJs, drum circles, native and African dancing, live art, custom bicycle show, photo booth, a selfie zone, and more. It's one of our more unique events, and I encourage you to attend if you can. Tree and plant giveaways, visual arts displays, refreshments from local food vendors, and this one, like I said, it's in its early years, but we are growing it year after year, and so we're expecting about 750 this year. All right, and speaking of new festivals, this one is going to be our new Caribbean Heritage Festival. It's going to take place on May 18th at the Sammy Davis Jr. Festival Plaza. You'll notice that is a really fantastic area to have food vendors and performances and kids' activities, and so we definitely utilize that area a lot. There's some bullet points there about kind of the vision for the festival, but it'll be a mix of Caribbean artists and food vendors, as well as artisan vendors as well. They'll have kids' activities, community exhibitors, artisan booths, food trucks, and it's going to be presented with Mario Lorne and the Ministry of Youth, Sports, and Culture of the Bahamas. We're kind of working up our partnership agreements for that as well. And we hope to have about 2,000 for that event as well. And now we have the Symphony Park Arts Festival. You may recognize that from the Smith Center. Symphony Park sits that beautiful lawn in front there. And this will be our 3rd year producing this festival. This will be May 25th, 2024, 10 to 3. And this one we really invite a lot of local organizations to come and show us what they've been doing for the last year and what they've got coming up. So we have our local theater companies come out. We have our dance companies. Really just kind of give them an idea and give folks a taste of what, the fine arts and the performing arts that are happening in their town. It's a free and 50 local fine artists, artisan vendors, and hometown arts organizations will be there as you walk the marketplace aisles in this park setting. There's also, of course, refreshments available for purchase, and we hope to see about 2,000 or so with this next year. And finally, in June, we have our Django Vegas Jazz Festival. This is one of our only indoor events, and this is a fantastic picture here. We pack the 5th Street School Auditorium, which holds about 400 plus, and that'll be on Saturday, June 22nd, 2024. Annual celebration of the music of Django Reinhardt and other French jazz musicians, past and present. This one is the only festival that we do charge for. It's $25 tickets, and they reliably sell out each year, so that's some pretty good news. So just to kind of wrap up our slate of upcoming festivals, all the festivals are free and open to the public with the exception of Django Vegas, which I just mentioned is $25 a ticket. The anticipated attendance for all of our festivals is over 20,000, which is pretty good. And in addition to the members of the public, our festivals serve our contracted artists, community partner organizations, vendors, volunteers, food trucks, exhibitors, and more. It takes quite a lot to put on an event. Quite a lot of community partners and community members assist us, as well as our in-house staff, and so this is really a great event, not just to show what we can do for the community, but to bring the community together and just have a great event. All right, I think that's all for me. If anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Questions, commissioners? Chair Becker, yeah, I just wanted to say, I wanted to ask you, so Festival of the Arts in Summerland, I know is going to also be coming up, but that's not a city event, right? Is that through?
Correct. Yeah, we often partner with a lot of these festivals, but in terms of like the city staff resources and space, I think that's a partner festival.
Okay, got it. So that makes sense. And then I just wanted to make a comment that I'm especially looking forward to the Las Vegas Book Festival. Once upon a time, I was on the steering committee when it was called the Vegas Valley Book Festival.
Oh, great!
And actually, this time I'm going to come along as an author and have a booth and sign some books. So I'm really excited about that one. It'll be the first time, too. A lot of times I'm out of town during the festival, so I'm not this time. I'm going to be there. So that's great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was a great presentation, and really appreciate everything you shared with us today.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
Appreciate your time.
Next, we have a report. I'm going to guess it's from Maggie Plaster. I don't know which title.
Well, tomorrow
Do I say acting director yet?
Yeah, tomorrow after Steve's confirmed, I'll be acting director until we go through recruitment.
Soon to be acting director.
Yes.
It's regarding emerging issues related to activities of Parks and Recreation all wards.
So I asked Steve as he was departing, I said, do you have a report for emerging issues? And he said that he did not. So we do not have a report today.
Oh, that's perfectly fine. Actually, we were running a little bit tight, and I know we need a little bit more time to wrap everybody up, so that's actually perfect today. So thanks so much for your non-report. I'd like to move to agenda item number 10, which is a report by commission members regarding parks issues and events within their respective council wards at large, all wards. Does anybody have something to share from their wards? Yeah, go ahead and introduce yourself, make sure you mention your ward, and then go on.
And I'll make sure the mic's on, right? Commissioner Burgos, I'm from Ward 6. The first one is actually, it's not at a park, but it's the Las Vegas Metro Town Hall. It's a combined event between Ward 4 and Ward 6. It's hosted by Councilman Francis Allen Polinsky as well as Councilwoman Nancy Bernay, and the special guest is our Sheriff Kevin McMahiel. That's Tuesday, September 12th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. at the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department Police Academy at 880 West Cheyenne Avenue. There's another event, which is a long name. It's free, which is good. Parks for Pollinators, City of Las Vegas Bio Blitz event. So this is an event. It's going to be asking all nature enthusiasts and budding photographers are welcome. As you explore Floyd Lamb Park at Tully Springs, volunteers will help you identify the many plants, animals, and insects vital to our local ecosystem. Learn to become a citizen scientist as you discover and catalog the pollinators in the park and the plants that sustain them. Again, this is going to be on September 16th, and you can get more information by going on to naturalist.org, Projects Parks for Pollinators, 2023 City of Las Vegas Bio Blitz. The next one is September 23rd, Saturday, September 23rd, is Phantom and the music of Andrew Lloyd Webber, featuring Rose Kingsley and Larry Wayne. It'll be at the Centennial Hills Amphitheater, which is located at 7101 North Buffalo, Las Vegas, Nevada, and the time is 7 p.m. And that's all I have for Ward 6.
Great, thank you so much. Other wards? No? I actually do have a report for Ward 2. This is Chair Becker. Ward 2 has the Las Vegas Council is inviting all the public to the Las Vegas 1013 Club Memorial for the victims of 9/11. That's coming up, which will be held at the Police Memorial Park at 3250 Metro Academy Way from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Monday, September 11th. It's almost hard to believe like this attack on the United States took place 22 years ago. Okay. Today. Then we have, coming up after that will be Councilwoman Victoria Seaman will be hosting a breakfast buzz from 9 to 10 a.m. at the Veteran Memorial Community Center located at 101 North Pavilion Center Drive. And this is always a great opportunity to talk about important issues, especially parks, and for Ward 2 neighborhoods. Members of the public are invited to attend with an RSVP. They can email ward2@lasvegasnevada.gov. And then we also have, in Ward 2, Art in the Park will be coming up at Bruce Trent Park. It'll be held later on this month from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's September 30th. The event is always a great time for everyone to get together at Bruce Trent Park for art, music. They have food trucks. They have park activities as well as all the little booths. They still have an opening for any artists that want to have a booth at that particular event. And I've done that once, and that's something that I'd highly recommend if you have artistic talent to go ahead and participate. That's what I have for Ward 2 today. Okay, and with nobody else having reports from their respective wards, then we're going to move to, I'm sorry. You fooled me. Okay, I usually wait to go last, that's why. Okay, go ahead, please.
Commissioner Cornwell, I just want to say that on October 1st, we're doing reading of the names at the Las Vegas Healing Garden at 10:05 on October 1st, so.
That's a perfect addition. Perfect. Great. For agenda item number 11 will be citizens' participation. Public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters within the jurisdiction of the Commission. No subject may be acted upon by the Commission unless that subject is on the agenda and is scheduled for action. If you wish to be heard, come forward and give your name for the record, and the amount of time of discussion for any single subject as well as the amount of time for any single speaker is allowed may be limited. Do I have any members of the public that wish to come forward? Seeing none, do I have any commissioners that would like to speak?
Yes, I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate Chair Becker for the publication of his latest book, The Third Wheel. Well done. Congratulations.
Thanks so much. I didn't expect that. But we're full of surprises today, I guess. Well, okay. So one thing I'd like to, I have actually 2 items to go, and the first one I'd like to point out is, unfortunately, although I'm sure he's going to be telling us about this amazing adventure he's about to have, is this will be the last time we'll have Commissioner Buer with us.
Buer, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. You can, but it's his last time, so I asked him to kind of share what his next plans are.
Yeah, so after this is my last meeting, I termed out this meeting, and I was invited to return, but after 61 years as a Las Vegas resident, I'm actually moving to my wife and I are moving to Reno, and so it's starting a new adventure in our life, and it's very exciting. It's been nothing but an honor to be serving here with this commission, and the friendly faces. Everybody's been supportive, and everybody with the Parks and Recreation Department is so great. I mean, you guys are I deal with other jurisdictions in the area for the things that I do with youth soccer, and there's just the professionalism and the caring and the amount of work that's done by the city of Las Vegas cannot even be compared to what you get in other jurisdictions here in the southern Nevada. So it's exciting, yet it's kind of sad. I can't believe I said this is probably the last time I'll ever be in City Hall. So, but it's been great, and I'm looking forward to my new adventures.
Thank you so much, Commissioner, and thank you for your service. The other thing I'd like to do is give everybody an update on Malcolm White's plaque, and we're going to have a tree planting and a memorial with the tree. So after last month's meeting, Commissioner Armenian was kind enough to volunteer to reach out to the former Chair White's family. And with our guidance and their input, and the City of Las Vegas has went ahead and ordered a plaque, and the plaque will read, Malcolm White, civic leader, mediator, and friend of parks. He made a difference. And that's what the plaque will read. So when the plaque is complete, our administration, Secretary Kim Klein and Urban Forester Bradley Delisser will let us know the time and place of when it's going to be installed. So if you could all, it's totally up to you, but if you could make it, I think that'd be really nice. I'm sure his family will be there. They helped do the park selection, and then everything has gone really smooth with that. And again, Andy, thank you so much. So that's what we have. That's the final comment I have on that. Is there any other public comment that we have today? No? So seeing none, I'd like to go ahead and call for agenda item number 10, adjournment. Thanks so much. Reno's nice. You can go join my son up there.